So hello, we are very much competing with two strong other slots. So I hope the two of you will still enjoy it. We are talking about a topic which is, I think, super important for all those companies. If you have been, I think both of you have been in the session before, yeah, where you saw the closing when Tim said, you know, we have in our company the possibility to solve something, but you will not solve it yourself. You work a lot with a community together. You work with partners, you work with data providers and so on. And what I want to talk about today is to talk with you about the how you create innovation portfolio. How do you create an innovation process within the company where all of your developments that you do, that they are properly handled, meaning they have a lifetime after a specific project. Yeah? That you find a way and a methodology how you can further use what you did before and try to find within the organization or without the organization to make new products out of it or to take it as a core of a new development. So the talk is about creating innovation portfolios, and I will talk a lot about our company as an example, because it took us some years to implement a proper methodology that has a full acceptance within the company. Of course, it's a private company. Profit is the goal. Yeah? And let me just show you what I will cover. So I will talk a bit more than my colleague before about the company, that you understand, you know, what does it mean? How can we implement in such a company? And maybe you see some similarities in your company, how you can implement it if your company is kind of close to us or another area that you would like to be in. Then what the innovation management topic means. And I would like to give you some shortcuts how you can overcome some of the problems that we were facing. Yeah, we were trying to do a lot ourselves. We did everything ourselves. And for example, if you do technology transfer, you have to have some specific knowledge in order not to lose your IPR. So therefore, it's good to be aware of some things. And I want to link you to some organizations that are in the market. Some of them are publicly funded, and they will help you. They will help you to get this information much faster. And some of those services are even free. They are paid by the government. So this is a lot about the how-to, and then the support infrastructure, and then you can build in your own ecosystem within the company. And of course, the implementation, how we did it, but I can confirm you, because we worked with a lot of those organizations, the methodology is an approved methodology how to implement innovation management within a company. First of all, let me talk about Netcompany-Intrasoft at a glance. We are only having this name since a few months because we have been bought. We have been bought by Netcompany from Denmark. They bought us, and you will see afterwards why they did it and what the future of our two companies, Netcompany and Netcompany-Intrasoft, will go in which area. Netcompany-Intrasoft was established 1996. We started out of Intracom. It's a telecommunication company within Greece. And it was a spin-off because Intracom won a big tender, which is Cordis. I don't know if you know the European Commission portals and system. Cordis was the start of this company. And this is where we started. This was in 1996. Now we are operating in 13 countries, and we are the key player for the EU institutions for over 25 years. We have outstanding records in 500 plus organizations, so private and non-private, in over 70 countries. And as I said before, as a last point, we have been bought by Netcompany in November 2021. So who bought us and why? Netcompany is a very, very fast growing company within Denmark and different other locations as well, but they started from Denmark. They are now covering the other countries. Yeah, so from Denmark, they're in UK. Here they have the office in Delft. They're in Sweden, Copenhagen. They're in Poland, and I think these are not only development centers, but this is also product services delivered in those countries. So 6 countries of operation before November 2021, as I said, and in total 6,500 employees for Netcompany. The areas that they cover is huge area of the public sector. When you see in the news and you see the innovation indicators of some countries, the reason why those countries are so innovative within their public services and how governments are structured, how the different governments work together, this is a lot made by the products from Netcompany. So they did the digitalization of the governments. And this is exactly what Netcompany-Intrasoft, former Intrasoft, did for the European Commission and the European institutions. So together we cover the strong country product expertise, but also the all over Europe expertise. And this is where we want to grow in the future. And I will not be too long on these company presentations, yeah, but Netcompany-Intrasoft had the headquarters in Luxembourg. This is where I'm based. And then we have development centers all over the place. In Athens, it's a huge one. Thessaloniki, Patras, Amman, Bucharest, Brussels, Copenhagen, Nairobi, and Cape Town. We are about 2,800 people. When I started close to 19 years ago, I was number 253. So it's a strong growth path within the company. We are, as a mainly IT and service company, we are reaching more and more a proper gender equality level. So we have now 34% women and 66% men within the company, covering 15 nationalities. How are we structured? And this is where the last part of the presentation is focusing on, is when we started our own product, own service area was within one client. And that is super, super dangerous. This is super dangerous because if you fail, you know, the message within one organization, one institution is immediately, you know, spread. And it's dangerous. It can be a comfort zone, but every comfort zone is also changing. So you have to explore new markets and new areas. So out of the product portfolio and service portfolio that we had within the EU institutions, from here, this blue-green part, we took platform services and we transformed them into the other public sector. So this is country level, government level. But we also developed own products. And I will come to it later. Yeah, so own products on customs, taxations, and so, for example, the customs solution was a result of a former research project, and is now a product. Yeah, and then we are also in the enterprise area, where we have a portfolio of products. You know, there are similarities when you talk about banks. Some people will be angry with me, but sometimes when you talk about banks as a client, it's very similar to EU institutions, yeah, and their behavior and in the product demands that they have. With regards to numbers, okay, we are still on a very nice growth path, and hopefully It will continue also in the future to be like that. So with regards to order books, we are more than 934 million euros in the order books. Revenue is increasing very nicely. And to talk about the structure that we have within the EU institutions, this is kind of natural grown way of handling the EU institution department or DG. We have the application development and the integration services. So everything what is developed there is done in a unit, and they have the integration services. They are experts in one unit. We have the managed services. We have an own marketing information part within the company. So it's like an internal spin-off that we made in order to have, for all the projects that we run and with all the clients that we have a lean and proper high professional support for everything that is related to communication, marketing, and those services. So we can buy in services from this department in order to do the marketing and the communication tasks. And two other areas, it is on the IT resourcing services. So we cover that part with our clients. And here you see some of them. So like TaxSuit, EU IPO, European Parliament, and the bank, and this is the agency for, I cannot even read it. So we have most of those clients are established contracts and follow-up projects that we have with EU institutions, and in here are just some of them mentioned. The other areas, as I mentioned, we have the EU institutions, we have the public sector, and we have the private sector. From the public sector, you see that the design of services changes. You know, in the normal EU institutions portfolio, we talk more about services with a service implementation level. It looks like a project. When we go to the public sector, it is more looking like a product and a product portfolio that we offer and customize on specific demand. So here is just a portfolio of those ones. I will not go into detail of each of them, because what is important is just that we changed from the service provider or outsourced services to product development, and within the product development to be much wider within the focus. So one of the talks before from Tim about the traffic management or AI in traffic is also something we cover within the research and innovation department. It is something we cannot just depend on those small amount of products and small amount of services and small amount of clients. So we have to be wider, and this is what our unit is taking care for. And just very shortly, we come now to the enterprise solution. So now everything is much more boxed. And then our strength is mainly in having those whatever CRM, ERP solutions or e-commerce solutions or something on financial reporting. And all these solutions are first a box solution and then customized to the client. So our system integrators and developers doing then the system integration and the adaptation to the specific demand of the client. One of the also very, very kind of successful areas is the profit within the banking sector. Profits as a product with all the different features like web banking, branchless banking, agency banking, mobile banking, and then all the apps and app development that is connected to those services. And let me now move to the. It was a long forward, but what we mean when we talk about innovation management. When you just a few years, when you talk with people about innovation management, when you see the situation that we had in the United States. So, for example, big players like Bell Labs. It is a Bell Labs, and the research department was like a prison. This was really. It was a concrete silo, yeah. Everyone who was working there was running through security. Everything was really like in a prison. It was high security research. And whenever research was done, yeah, so let me explain this picture. It's in a way very easy. The theory is saying that here on the left you have ideas. So this is what you dream about, what you discuss with your colleagues. It's not yet a product, it's not yet a project, it's just an idea. And then you move it, you know, it's a long way to go with a lot of failure. One day you will hopefully be here and you have a competitive product on the market. But it's a long way to go. And when you want to manage that, and if you want to make it lean, if you want to have the acceptance from your C-level within the company, you need to understand how that works. How can I create a flow that goes from left to right and is as lean as possible? Before, you know, at the time of Bell Labs, and it's a situation, you know, it was still 2003, 2005, and there are still companies doing it like that. Everything that is here in this funnel, yeah, you will never ever leave it. You will never give it to someone else. They were better putting their knowledge and all their developments that did not make it to the client. They put it somewhere in a cupboard, in a safe. That's it. And you know how it is within IT? The code is gone, yeah? Because, you know, if you have it 2 years in a cupboard, you cannot do anything anymore with it. Yeah? And it's crap to act like that. It does not mean when you open your company, yeah, and when you open the exchange with end clients, if you open the exchange with other research institutes, if you open the collaboration with other ones, it does not mean that you lose your knowledge, that you lose your IPR. You just have to build a framework. Okay? So, that's the reason why there was a big change, and there was a very smart guy, and he's here, Mr. Broe. You know, Mr. Broe in 2003 wrote his first book, Open Innovation. It was really a blockbuster. This book was sold like hell at airports, mainly at US airports. And you know, once it is famous in US, it comes also to Europe and to the whole world. And what he was saying was, some companies practice it already, but he put it in a book, he put it in a methodology. He said, we have to stop doing this because, you know, all what we here do, all these bubbles that will not reach the market is a huge investment that we lose. No one can afford it. You know, our development costs continuously, every day, yeah, it's minus X%. Otherwise, our product has no market anymore. Yeah? There's a possible market, but there's no client who wants to afford it. And the competitor will make it leaner. So only when you understand how you build a balance of research projects, first ideas and research projects, yeah, and you build a channel, and you can, of course, do it yourself, and you build your own product at the end. Yeah, that is one goal. You can still do closed innovation. But what you have to understand is, first of all, I do not have to invent everything myself. So if you see this bubble, this is outside the firm. This is, for example, coming from Tim, yeah, who was giving the presentation before on traffic management. I can talk to him outside and say, hey, we are also working on AI in traffic management. Can we not work together? Let's have a research project together. And I take just this example because it fits very well. I can talk to Tim. Tim is here, yeah? And I will work with Tim in a research project. And our idea, yeah, this is a proposal writing, this is the idea development, will be afterwards, you know, this bubble. And we run together a research project We try to make it as lean, as cheap as possible for our own company, and I will come to it afterwards. This is called research funding. Yeah? And if I take knowledge from outside, it's safeguarded, it's the expertise of Tim and his company, Sebeka, I think. The knowledge from him at this stage, yeah, is safeguarded. This is called background IPR. So this is a background knowledge he brings in. It's protected. We will use it, this knowledge, but he is the owner of this knowledge. And together, we develop the flow to come to a product, but we do it together. And these were the last words from Tim in his presentation. He said, let's collaborate. And this is exactly what we do in our research innovation department. We are collaborating with other ones, and we try to, by the way, can you see this small red thing here? Yeah? Okay, good. We are working outside in. You know, this outside in is the orange here. Yeah, it's called outside in because you take knowledge from outside and you build a flow inside. But, you know, whenever you have research developed, this is a blue part. Whenever you have to develop something and you have no further use to it, you realize, this will not work internally. You still have the possibility to work with other ones and just take it as a germ cell for another project. So, for example, to work with Tim again on something, but he takes our knowledge that we have. Yeah? This would be inside out. And everyone who has really a lean understanding of innovation management would follow open innovation approach. And the first person who really put it in words and in a proper description was Mr. Chesbrough in 2005. He also gave the idea to a company, which I will come to later. It's a technology transfer company. And the technology transfer company was built, of course, in the United States. The name is 9 Sigma. And what 9 Sigma is doing is just helping people to have a flow from here to there. So, for example, I have an idea about a product. I have not the time and not the money to develop the technology myself. Then I work with the company 9 Sigma, and they will find someone who has this technology. And 9 Sigma is just having a huge portal, yeah, huge platform all over the place, in all over the globe. They have offices and web presentation, of course, where you can insert your demand. I need this and this technology with a proper description, just one page. And then the ones who possibly have a solution will respond and offer their technology. And 9 Sigma is doing all the process to find the best one for the best price with the best development team and so on. Yeah? So you have help. You don't have to do everything yourself. Not within the company, and there are other players I will come to. And I talked already a lot about those, description. What is closed innovation? Yeah, is very intrinsic view. Is we do everything ourselves. We are very afraid that afterwards we lose our knowledge. You store everything and say maybe one day I will use it. Yeah. Normally today it's very hard to survive. It's very hard to survive. You have to build a methodology to go on the right side and work on that flow. Yeah. And just to think, first of all, there are a lot of smart people. And our company cannot have all smart people. It's impossible. Yeah. But why not collaborating with them? When we collaborate with these other nice people, it does not mean that we are losing a market. We are just building a collaboration. And let me move further. Now, I try to explain, this on one hand, this idea or these methodologies and all what they describe in this book to explain what we did and how we did it. It was a long way to go, but we have been very successful. You will see it at the end. within our department and within the company to implement it. So we have again here Netcompany-Intrasoft, our 3 areas. And first of all, is this compatible? Does it work? First of all, when you see the 3 different departments, it's in a way, it's in almost every company, sometimes it's silos. Yeah. So I would say our company is not 100% transparent and 100% really creating a flow of technologies that goes from here to there to there. But over the years, we are better and better and better. We don't have an own transfer platform for technologies. This is not yet there, but we have exchange discussions about our results more and more within the company. And this is what you have to organize. You have to organize a flow of communication between those areas. So what we did first is to change the understanding where we, the Research Innovation Department, is located. We are not, on one hand, financially, we are here. Yeah? And the new venture department is actually here. And what we have to organize is that we, as a research innovation department, we are a horizontal layer. We should be there for everyone, even if financially, it goes, of course, into one department. But the information flow and so on should be organized like that. Every organization that is implementing innovation management is creating a horizontal layer within the company where you do these activities. Technology transfer, innovation management, research activities should always be horizontal, and they should be approached from every single department if they have a project idea. This is ideal. And what we did in the beginning, of course, every beginning is not easy. We started to have projects or result exploitation. So a project was finished. We had very good results in a research project. We started to do marketing within other departments and saying, hey, can you not use that? Is it not helpful for you? You are working in this area of projects. Is this platform not interesting for you? You just have to do a bit of customization and you can be very, very well prepared for the next tender. Yeah? And this is what we did. So in a way, it's still within the company, but sometimes it's already complicated, as I said, from one department to the other department. So you organize a kind of a technology transfer first to your other department. This is the first step. This is what we did. And then you can start to work with other partners in other companies as well. So this is what I describe here. Yeah, on the left side, can open innovation mean that we use and customize developments in other units? Yes, of course. We have a wide portfolio of technologies that are available and that can be customized. They're just waiting for being used. Yeah, this one I covered. And research. On the funnel, we are on the left side. We are running a big portfolio. At the moment, it's about 50 projects in parallel, 50 different research projects. And when you run research projects, it means normally that you make out of money, you make knowledge. But you burn a lot of money. And not every company is really happy with burning money and not knowing what is coming out of it. Yeah? And when we wanted to do more research, we said, okay, how can we do that? And we found, again, within the EU institutions, we found a very nice instrument, or instruments, because they are continuously updated, these programs. And we went for public research funding. And the actual program, so if we talk, for example, we have a research idea, let's say in robotics. And I cover 2 areas, it's innovation and manufacturing. And within manufacturing, we do a lot within robotics. And within robotics, we do a lot with human-robot collaboration. So in a production, when you replace one human with a robot, but you cannot replace the human fully out of the process, then you need human-robot collaboration. And you know very well from car manufacturing, where you have robots in cages. Yeah, they are very safe. There's a kind of a fence around, and no one wants to be killed by these, huge robots or harmed by those huge robots. But there are possibilities now with IoT, with sensors, yeah, with camera systems on the robot to have a very safe human-robot collaboration. Yeah? And you can organize that. We were interested in this topic because the manufacturing industry is a huge market. Yeah? And we started to collaborate with big robotic companies. The robotic companies, like let's say in Italy, Comau. Yeah? These companies are producing the robots. And there are other companies that are taking care for robot safety. They are implementing the robot safety features. And there are other ones like Netcompany-Intrasoft that take all the IT services, all the programming, how the robot works with the safety system, and then have a platform that takes all this data flow together, yeah, and helps that the human is not hurt. Yeah, the system integration, the platform development, this is where we always try to place Netcompany-Intrasoft. This is our area, what we do in those research projects. And if we have a project just like I mentioned before in human-robot collaboration, these are projects of about 5 to 8 million euros. And in those projects, I said already, there are many partners. Yeah, so Netcompany-Intrasoft is one of the IT partners within these projects. We are funded by the European Commission, so it means we cannot just say, we have a nice project, we want to have some money. It doesn't work like that. It's a bit different. The European Commission, if we talk about this instrument here, the Horizon Europe, yeah, has different pillars. They are funding everything. They're funding research in health, they're funding research in manufacturing, they're funding research in all the key areas where Europe should be competitive with all the other countries. And amazingly, only a few companies know that. Yeah? That there are possibilities to collaborate with other people, and you get it on a silver plate. You get it on a silver plate that your research, what you really want to do, is funded, and these projects are funded between 50 and 100%. So your own investment can even be close to zero. The only thing what the European Commission is asking for is that you distribute the knowledge about your results. It does not mean that you give the results for free. No, of course not, because the European Commission wants to have afterwards a market, a new market. But the European Commission funds it. When your research is closer in this funnel, if it is more on the right side, of course, the research funding is less. So when you're closer to the market, you only get 50% of the funding. And there are many of those. So if you're coming from Germany, then you know, okay, I have to go to the DFG. If you're here in Flanders, you can go to FWO, Research Foundation Flanders. They have own funding programs to fund companies. They have also consultancy services and help you in doing it. In Luxembourg, we have the Luxembourg National Research Fund, and we have Lux Innovation, who is handling most of those funds. So research funding, when you want to start within a company, you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to finance everything yourself. You would be immediately under the spotlight of your C-level, yeah, if you burn money and you kill money. And I told you before, it is not safe in this funnel that you really reach a market. It is not that you are too stupid, whatever. It is research. And you will see afterwards a slide, there's a very nice phrase saying that research is money into knowledge, but innovation is knowledge, money out of knowledge. And when you do this research flow, yeah, you do it in a consortium. When we started, we did not know exactly how it works. We never coordinated a project. We never coordinated the proposal writing. We were kind of babies. But there are always very, very experienced partners that take you by the hand, and you play a specific role. If you do well, next time you're better and better. Now we have a situation that we are asked so many times that we often have to say, sorry, we can't join your proposal. It's impossible. And our success rates are really, really nice. Just in my portfolio, we had normal success rate is about 5 to 7%. In my team, we had 50%. We submitted 10 proposals and won 5. That is not bad. That is not bad. It is not only because of us, but it's because the consortia are getting better and better and better with the experience. And when you come from another company, you have no idea how that works, yeah, and you feel interested after the presentation, and you say, okay, let's start doing something. There are always people that will help you in your region. So it's not really far to go. Okay, now we have email and so on, yeah. But even in old times, it was easy to go to visit them, to have a meeting with them, or they come to you, to your office, and you can talk to them. These are the so-called national contact points. They just take care to provide you with all the information that you need for research funding. These guys are doing these services because they are paid by the government for it, by the EU institutions, by the European Commission, or by the regional government. But many people have no clue about that all this exists. And the support that you get is really great. I can just talk, I know the situation very well in several countries, but for example, Luxembourg, with Lux Innovation, it's a super service. And you have also experts for technology transfer, because this network is a European network, Enterprise Europe network. These guys take care for the services, everything related to research funding, to technology transfer, and they also cover business-to-business collaboration. So I produce a robot that is doing human-robot collaboration, or I have the best sausage on earth. The Enterprise Europe network is offering you a platform for offering your product and find new service providers and distributors of your products. Yeah, and again, this is funded 50% by the European Commission and 50% funded by the regional state. These services are really helping you to make the best out of your knowledge. So when we have projects that are over, we have a technology really properly developed. We have tested it with different use cases. We have the experience and the material and the documentation. Then we use this network also, the Enterprise Europe network, and write technology profiles and distribute it. And sometimes we have nice finds, nice new possible clients that are interested for customization. It's not really product yet, but with some small customization, yeah, they are very, very good beta users of our technologies. Here's a phrase I was talking about, research transforms money into knowledge, but that means nothing. The C-level is still angry with you because they don't like just to read nice information what you did. They want to have afterwards the money out of it. So you have to go here to the market. And it's still a way to go. When you have a research project, you end somewhere here, yeah, or at this line a bit further right with most of the projects now. But you still have to do a lot of development, and this has to be financed. and then you reach a market level. What we do within Netcompany-Intrasoft, we go with early stage research. We go to it's called technology readiness level. It goes up to 9. This is the highest technology readiness level. Yeah. We have first projects where we go from 3 to 6. And then we take this technology as an input for the next project, which is then called an innovation action. It goes to a higher technology readiness level. And therefore, we finance the full, I think it's now gone, huh? Yeah, it's gone. So we finance the full flow, to get our research financed up to the proper development stage within the company. And this I covered already. Again, to technology transfer providers, I started with those ones here at the bottom, 9 Sigma. This is their web page. The company still exists, but they moved now they closed their US office. They are now in Japan. But from Japan, they cover the whole world for technology transfer. When you have something, you have a technology, it's really worthwhile to check 9 Sigma website, because on the 9 Sigma website, you see from all over the world, you see demand from top industry for specific technologies. And you will be amazed that sometimes you are really close to that stage. And only a few people know, unfortunately. Yeah? But it's really worthwhile, it's back. It's really worthwhile to check these guys, because you might have within the company, you have the feeling no one is interested what we did. We did so great in this project, yeah. But afterwards, there's a new tender coming, new project coming, and we are not using what we know. And the lifetime, as I said, is only short. If you say, okay, for you it's free. Huh? When you have something to offer, the service is totally free. 9 Sigma is only charging the one who has a demand. It's smart. Yeah? So I have a problem, solves a problem, I need to pay. But if you are the service provider, you will just benefit that you can sell your technology. And your technology can be a development that you made. It does not have to be exactly the solution, but it has to be close to it. And then you get even the development being paid. And it works. And if you want to stick on more the public side, here, there's the Enterprise Europe Network. These are public organizations, not for profit. They are providing those services. They are also good. Yeah? It's a bit different level. If you're private on the market, it's a bit more professional, but both are very good. Now, internally, we follow, of course, the methodology. We have both. We have inside out, outside in, and inside out. We have our research innovation development team. Yeah, we have a flow. It's not as often as it should be, but maybe in the future we are better. We have some promising projects like Market 4.0 or Dome 4.0, where we can create startups. And we have internally within the company, we have the new venture department. I think every company should have something like that. It should be a department that is doing a proof of concept and checks the technologies that come internally. Very smart, very independent. They should check, and then they should fund the last mile to build the product. And this, for our company, is a new venture department. And then, of course, the different services, but I described them on the right side, inside out innovation and outside in innovation. Because I have 6 minutes about, and I want to show you some more slides. Within our group, Research Innovation Department, which is offering the services, of course, internally within our team and the collaboration with all the different project partners outside, we have also our services that we offer to the whole company. Innovation activities, product development, cross-collaboration, and everything that is helping us to go from research closer to the market. Yeah? And where we have to be better, and where we will be better in the future, it's just a matter of time, is in providing a kind of a technology platform internally, yeah, where we want to work also with all our colleagues that are working within the tenders, yeah, that we offer the solutions that more people understand what our company knows. And in the beginning, I said we started with the EU institutions, and then we got the other areas. What we want to do, we want to have much more products for the industry. And that's the reason why the Research and Innovation Department went into all these different areas. 7 years we have not been there. There was nothing. Yeah? But now we have close to product developments within the health sector, culture, inclusive society and education, ICT, digital and manufacturing, food, agriculture and environment, security, energy, transport, mobility. So all these areas, we started to have a very, very broad portfolio of products. And we cover all these key emerging technologies that you see here on the right. And we have the teams. And here you just see what we managed with our small group within the last years. This is just a snapshot of not all the projects, but the key projects that we had within the last research program from the European Commission, which was called Horizon 2020. And within that project funding scheme, we had all these projects being funded. And you see the different areas like IoT, data analytics, artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud computing, and what we call other, yeah, everything about the agile software development, system integration, yeah, where we acted mainly as a system integrator, and we took the technologies from other technology providers. And just having another view on it, yeah, if you see it with the sectors, yeah, here in the horizontal layer, and then the technologies. Yeah? And that is quite a portfolio. And within the new research program, which is the Horizon Europe, which just started in the beginning of the year, we have already more than 40 projects. So our company is now a well-recognized system integrator and technology provider within Europe on the research side. And in every research project, we have technology developers, we have system integrators, and we have end users. Every project is supposed to have end users. We have already those ones like BMW for car manufacturing, or Stellantis, you know, and just not to name the German ones. We are working with them, and they are testing our technologies already as an end user. These are our first clients. So the approach that we have chosen, I think, is convincing, and we managed to build our own products, yeah, or own pre-products. We developed here, this was mainly with Mario's team, yeah, the Stream Handler platform. This is a fantastic big data streaming platform and analytics platform that we can reuse in so many projects because there's this demand to use the development. And this was developed in several projects before, and we are using it now in new products, or we use it in new projects, but we also use it as a product and offer it to our end users that we know from the other projects. And we have other ones, yeah, like TSE Magnet platform, Crypt platform, Quama platform, community platforms that we developed, intrusion detection platform. We are also quite smart within the security sector. So that was my story I wanted to tell you about our life within the research development team. It took some years, but we are now in a shape, and I can only, recommend other companies to follow that stream and be lean. Don't make all the mistakes that you normally do when you jump into it. follow a bit what we did. I think then you can be much faster. Yeah, but we had to learn the lessons. Here is a lot of knowledge in where you have to go, where you have to find. If you have questions afterwards and we cannot cover them directly now, we have a booth downstairs. When you go downstairs, there's where you get your cards. Yeah, there on the right, there's a company booth, Netcompany-Intrasoft. And for all our colleagues, and colleagues are here, talk to us with what you did, that we can further use it. Thanks for your attention, and if you have questions, we have some time, yeah? No, the time is up. I used everything. Oh, sorry. Sorry for that. Then my offer counts still. Yeah, we can meet downstairs at our booth. Yeah, I will be here until late evening. Okay. Thanks a lot for your attention. Thank you.